Hello everyone, it's Jennifer here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to perform descriptive statistics part in the assignment. First of all, I would like to give you a brief overview of the dataset. You have Australian factors, market risk premium MRP, so this is the market returns minus for the risk-free rate. Small minus big, HML, high minus low, and momentum factors. You also have returns data for 150 stocks. These stocks are randomly chosen from the 490 stocks in the ASX 500. Additionally, you have size and market-to-book ratios for the 490 stocks. You will need to provide summary statistics for the 4 factors, the 150 stock returns, size, market-to-book ratios for the 490 stocks, and also for the subset of the 150 stocks. So let's start with the Australian factors. Okay, I just quickly delete that. Now before doing this, you will need to make sure that data analysis is available under the data tab, right? So I have it here, right here. So if it is not, you will need to enable that. Go to File Options. In the drop-down list, go to Add-ins, right? In the drop-down list, make sure that you select Excel Add-ins. Then click on Go. Make sure that you tick the Analysis Toolpack and click on OK. That should enable data analysis on the Data tab. Click on Data Analysis, select Descriptive Statistics. Click on OK. Input range, you will select the 5 series here. Make sure that you click on the label in the first row. If you do select the label, you can choose an output range on the same sheet. Right? Click on Summary Statistics. Click on Confidence Levels for the mean, which is 95%, and click on OK. So this is the result. So some of the value is not available. So for example, the mode value, you don't have to worry so much about it. If you don't know how to interpret these summary statistics, I encourage you to go back to the statistic lessons provided on Moodle. Here are the points you can discuss in the assignment. Further information you can find in the following link. Now let's move on to the 150 stock returns. With this data, it's a little bit tricky. You are not required to provide summary statistic for each stock in the sample, but instead you will need to dump all stock returns together and provide just one summary statistic for the pooled sample. Okay, in order to do that, you will need to firstly flatten your data set. Right now, your data looks like the one on the left hand side. Each column provides return data for one stock for each stock, and you have 150 columns for returns data. We want to collapse the data into only 3 columns, right? The first one is the date column, the second one would be the ticker name, and the last column will store all of the stock returns data. So each return value in the third column is identified by the date in the first column and the ticker name in the second column. To flatten your data, you will need to use the pivot table and pivot chart wizard. I would like to stress that this wizard is actually different from the pivot table tool that you would see under the Insert tab. Okay, it is actually hidden from the ribbon, and you will need to call it up using the shortcut Alt+D P. So you will press Alt+D together, then press P. Okay, Alt+D, release the key, then press P. Now, so then you can follow all the steps here. Then you can do it easily. So I will show you an example similar to the one that you have. Like I said, the wizard is hidden, and there are two ways to call it up. The first way is to use the shortcut. So I press Alt+D together, release the key, then press P. Yeah, Alt+D together. Now you see there's a little sign there, release the key, press P. And this is the pivot table and pivot chart wizard, step 1 of 3. Alright, so another way to call up this wizard is to go to File, select Options, go to Customize Ribbon, and under the drop down list here, select Commands Not in the Ribbon. Yeah. Then now you can scroll down to the letter P. You see there's a lot of hidden commands here. Right. Right. Select the pivot table and pivot chart wizard. Click on Add. So you see now you can't simply add this wizard into any customized ribbon. We need to create a new group for it. So I will go to, so you can create a new tab or new group. I just create a new tab and new group as well. Click on New Tab. Right. You can rename the new tab into Pivot Wizard. Right, so you can also rename your group. Under the tab, I also create a pivot wizard group. Right, click on OK. Now you can add the pivot table and pivot chart wizard into that customized group. And click on OK. Now you see here there's a new tab, Pivot Wizard, and the tools is just right in one separated group. Right, so you can call that up by simply click on it, or you can use the shortcut key that I showed you before. Select the multiple consolidation ranges, click on Next, click on I will create the page field, Next. Range, with the input range you will select the whole data set. I'll show you how to easily select the whole data set without scrolling your mouse all over the page. So I will select the first cell. Then I will use Control Shift, right? Then I click on rightward arrow, Control Shift rightward arrow. Okay, so it will select all the cells on the right hand side. Then you press downward arrow, it will go all the way down. That's, you got the whole data set selected. Click on Next. You can create the table report in a existing worksheet or new worksheet. It's up to you, but I prefer to get it in a new worksheet. Okay, so this is a pivot table report. I'm going to do a magic click here. So you see in the very last column, this is a grand total column, right? And the very last row is a pivot table row. I mean the grand total row. I will double click on the very last cell here where the two grand total column and row intersects, and double click on that. Okay, and see, this is your flattened data set. Okay, so the first column will be the date column, the second is the returns, the ticker or company name, and the last column is the returns data. So I would normally remove all of the fancy formatting because it takes too much unnecessary memory. I will delete these guys. Right, so the first column you can change the format into short date, and that's your clean data set, that's your flattened data set. Now you can simply perform summary statistic for all of the returns data. Click on descriptive statistic, right? Select the last column with labels in the first row. You can select output range, something in the same table, the same sheet. Then there you go. That's your summary statistic for the 150 stock returns. Okay.